I want to talk about a permission-based asking model. But we created this several years ago because we weren't quite happy with the way asking and relating to donors was being done. And here's how this works. First of all, you play two roles. One is you're a facilitator for the meeting. The other is you're a partner with the donor in terms of we're in this together, you're thanking the stewardship and all that stuff. At each step, you're asking for permission. It's designed to be circular because sometimes the conversation isn't done and you go around again, instead of sequential. Most of our conversations are sequential. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Okay, we're done, bye. This is circular. You end in the celebration no matter what. Now, we feel very strongly about this. Obviously, when you come back to the office and you're going to announce to folks that, yeah, I got that $100,000, I got that $25,000, yay! You're going to have a different emotional reaction than, yeah, they said no. What we're saying here is celebrate the donor when they said no. Because you're giving them power that they deserve because they need to have that power. And if you want to spiritualize that, that was God's intention for that particular time. It wasn't time. So let it go. Fine. In fact, it's so important to decide this in advance because then your whole spirit and your demeanor is going to be different when you're sitting with the donor. So here we go. So you're talking to the donor, you emotionally connect, you're commenting about the donor's home, the recent trip, the kids in school, whatever, you're connecting. Then, I know you have a very full day. Do you mind if we get started? Asking for permission. Align. And I'm sorry this is copy heavy, but I thought it'd be easier just to have you read it. As we discussed it on the phone, I'm here to talk with you about an opportunity for you to have a great impact on X. I think that's what our understanding is, isn't it right, Mary? And does meeting until 3 p.m. still work for you? Alignment. And your partnership is so important to us and the people we serve. I appreciate you. And I want you to know that your partnership with us is truly making a difference. Aligning as a partner. One's a facilitator, one's the partner. So today I'll be asking some questions and to be sure that that we're on the same page. And with you, and I want to, and with you on what you want to accomplish through the program. I'm also going to be keeping our meeting moving along so that we can cover everything we need to talk in the time that you have given me. Is that okay? Asking for permission. Alignment. Now we've got to be curious. I was touched to hear your story about volunteering in our local youth program with X and how it inspired you to give. Would you mind me asking a few more questions about that? I put up here, be curious, discovering the why. Because one of the things that we want to know about a donor is not only their passions and interests, but why they have it. And we call that the driver. There's the passion and interest, and then there's the driver. Would you mind me asking a few more questions about that? Now, I've personally gotten pretty good at this because it's like I'm just a curious person all the time. If I sit with you, like if we were just chatting away and we had time, I'd uncover all kinds of stuff about your history, where you lived, why you did that, and everything else. Asking questions, being curious. Oh, so you moved from St. Louis over to Davenport. Like what? How come you? Like, what were the circumstances there? I mean, wow. Oh, really? So the kids decided to go, and you're asking why, a lot of whys. Or, I was so inspired by the fact that your company came together and had 100% participation in our X program. Would you mind if I asked you some questions to learn about what inspired your participation? I mean, it's just so curious. I mean, 100% participation, Bill. I mean, that's just amazing. We haven't even experienced something like that. Like, how'd that happen? Is that like your leadership, or is it your team, or like what's going on? Well, here's what happened. Well, I mean, but now, why did that thing happen like that way instead of the other way? You're still talking. You're being curious. You said the major reason you're interested in X is this. How did you develop that interest? After reading over the proposal, what stood out to you? Do you have any more questions about or want to learn more about? Any concerns? What's unclear? What would you like to learn more about? In other words, you're trying to figure out, what else you've left out. Being curious about his reaction or her reaction. And you're asking open-ended questions, and in the midst of that, you're sharing content. You're asking more open-ended questions, always looking for the why. Permission to move to the ask. So you said earlier, Sally, that the main reason you're interested in X is this. I want to tell you about how you can fulfill that interest. Is that okay with you? Could we just talk about that right now? Oh, sure, go ahead. Then they ask. You shared with me your passion for our youth program, and we've talked about some of our expansion plans. Is it a good time to talk about your interest in contributing to this need? Pause. Pause. Keep your mouth shut. Pause. Would you consider a gift of X for the program? Clear, concise, and then pause. And then celebrate. Thank you no matter what. You shared how the recent news report of youth programs really spoke to you. Would you mind occasionally sharing more information about that program with you? Yeah, I'd love to hear that. And now you're getting permission for what you're going to put in the plan, or what you've already anticipated you're going to put in the plan. So there's an expectation set for what is going to happen. I mean, oftentimes we don't do this part, and then we start sending them stuff, and it's like, well, what are you doing? We were talking about it. Thanks again. Before we wrap up, may I take a few minutes to share with you the incredible difference you're making. So now you're back to the partner role, and you're talking about, and you're sharing a story or whatever. So that's how this whole permission-based asking model works.